I'll be right back.
Okay, so last time we were discussing your second season, which began with a cringeworthy pregame speech.
Come on, Anna, don't do me like that.
Sorry.
Come on. No, I'm all right. It's part of the journey. You got to walk before you can run. You got to crawl before you can bowl.
So that was a crawl.
Oh, yeah, no, that was a crawl and a face plant. But I learned from it, and I also grew from it.
So
Over
yeah,
the course of that year,
so at
I
the end
really
of
figured out how
last
to
stream,
adjust the
my
team
game
and also how to
crashed.
do it my way.
You keep going back to that idea of your way or as myself, and I'm wondering if you could help me understand, what do you mean by that? Like, what kind of a leader are you?
A still evolving leader.
Okay. Well, then what kind of a leader were you back then, as you started to find your way, let's say?
Yeah. Well, like I mentioned before, nobody expected much from us that season. But we pushed our way into the tournament, and it was my job to convince the team that we can make a run.
And how'd you do that?
That is a good question. Okay, so we went up against the number 4 seed in the first round.
Underdogs.
Oh, completely. But again, no one expected us to win, and we were the number 13 seed at that. But we kept it close all game, and every time it looked like they were gonna take off, we made a run and we fought our way back in it.
You showed resiliency.
That's right. Come on, you know me. But that's then when I hit the shot.
The shot?
You don't know about the shot, Anna?
No.
It's probably one of the most famous moments in sports history.
Sorry. No.
You should really see your face. First off, I'm messing with you. It is not called the shot, but it was a pretty big shot, a tough one at that, might I add. And that shot sent us into overtime.
Okay, so that's a big deal, right? Like, the euphoria must have been intense at the moment.
Oh, absolutely. But there's still a game that has to be won. And in that moment, you have to rally up the troops. And that is when a leader steps in.
In this game, we'll see the Gonzaga Bulldogs going up against the UCLA Bruins. Here we go. Time expires and we're going to overtime.
All right, y'all, bring it in, bring it in. Hey, come on. What you got for us, Captain?
Yeah, we're not supposed to be here. We're not supposed to be here. Nobody believed in us this season. No one. They said that we should be proud to be making it in this tournament. That we should be happy that we're battling against those guys like this. That we should be proud to be just here. Nah. That is a complete insult. I'm not proud, and I'm not satisfied. And each and every one of y'all should not be satisfied as well. We worked too hard this whole season just to make it here. Now, I know those guys on the other side of this court are ready for a war. And that's what they're going to get. Because we don't back down easily.
Yeah.
But I also know another thing. That we going to win this game. That we going to win this game.
Okay.
Because I know it, and each and every one of y'all should know that as well. Should know it in your heart.
Let's go.
Now, I've been trying to tell you this one thing. Final shot. That I got you. I got your back. I'm your man. I'm your brother on that floor.
Yep.
From the first second to the last second, I'm your guy.
Yeah. That's right.
Not only just tonight, but every night this season, I'm gonna show y'all I got your back. All right? Y'all ready? I said, are y'all ready? Are y'all ready?
Let's do it.
Come on, now, get it up there. On three, win. 1, 2, 3, win.
I had to go Trailblazer. It's the kind of person I am. I'll tell you that IRL. If you ever meet me, I'll tell you that for damn sure.
And before this overtime period, we saw MP pump his team up in the huddle.
And you can see the team respond to him. It would be a great upset if they can pull this off.
Now here's Carter. Pass to Sheldon. To take the lead. Yep, that one goes.
I love that plan. Set up the opportunity for the mismatch.
Yeah, knowing they have to get a bucket here and exploiting the height advantage where they can find it, that's a no-brainer to me.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
There's no doubt about it. The defense, you can see him exhaling right now. Fortunate that he didn't knock that one down.
And here's Bell for three. The offensive rebound. And so he draws the foul on the shot. That's his trip to the line to shoot two.
First team foul.
Absolutely great game here in the first round. Not many had this 13th seed led by MP on the verge of an upset.
You know, in the first half, this was a back-and-forth game, but MP had to pull his team together and come back from a double-digit deficit in the second half.
And you wonder how much energy they had to stay alive.
Adams left side. It's hauled in by Daniels. And for MP and his team, they were on the verge of not even making the tournament.
They were clearly the epitome and definition of a bubble team. But as you can see, they were a team nobody wanted to face in the first round.
The Bruins trailing. And the foul on MP.
That's his second.
So that will be his second foul of the game, and we're in double bonus, so they'll get 2 free throws. So the first one goes, and that ties this game up. And so he's good on both free throws, and that gives them the lead.
This is what makes him special, his ability to come through in these spots.
It's MP on the wing. He's covered by Bell.
And every miss finds its way to his hands. Well, what an impressive performance.
Tell you what, those are crazy numbers, guys. I mean, believe me, I was a good rebounder the other day. It is not easy to corral that many boards in one night.
And so here's Gonzaga. And out of bounds. The Bruins will take it.
Huge turnover. At really the worst possible time. You have to value every possession, especially at this stage of the game.
That's his third personal foul.
That's his third foul of the game, and we've got a double bonus situation, so that sends them to the free throw line for 2. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
And that makes it a 2-possession game now. Those could turn out to be vital free throws.
MP outside. Fires the 3. Cans it from downtown. And you look at MP's leadership over the course of this year, you can see the growth within his demeanor.
You know, every time we see him, he's looked more and more comfortable as a leader. It suits him well, and I think he's been a major part of this team's success.
That's his fifth personal foul. First team foul.
Would have been better off using it on the floor and not on the shot. But the foul had to come either way, so it is what it is.
The Bulldogs on offense. It's a 3-point game. MP outside. Shoots the 3. Count it.
3 points.
And, oh, that is an enormous 3-pointer.
And so many teams now look to establish the perimeter to set up everything else.
Yeah, it seems like all of his points are coming from deep, Greg.
Timeout called here. The Bruins will talk it over.
Look at that.
Down low. It's stolen by Torres. And here's MP for 3. Drive back down.
Well, no better time to catch fire from three-point range than in OT. He's hitting those triples over and over again.
Now timeout called by UCLA.
Can't afford any wasted possessions down the stretch.
The defense needs to be just as sharp, but it's not over yet.
Michael Bell.
And they're going to
That's his
prolong the
third
game with an
personal
intentional
foul.
foul.
First team foul.
You can't let them hold
Shooting
the
for
ball.
Gonzaga, number 23. Up and down for two.
I mean, it's going to come down to free throws here. Foul right away.
Second one is good, getting both at the line. And it's a 5-point game.
Can't waste any time here.
No, you need a quick bucket and then a quick foul.
Adams right side. Pass to Carter. Bell. They need this. Crawford with the rebound. And now they decide to foul
Leo
intentionally.
Adams. That's his third personal foul. Second
He
team
drops
foul.
the first one.
At the
And that
line for the
increases their lead to
Bulldogs,
6.
Spencer Crawford. 2 shots.
And so he drops them both. And it's a 7-point game. Here's Bell.
It's going to be a tough loss to swallow. They just didn't have much gas left in the tank once we got to overtime.
And the Gonzaga Bulldogs will move on.
And, they were put to the test here in the first round with a grueling overtime win. But as they say, hey, it's about surviving and advancing at this stage. And they did just enough to get to round 2.
And the star of this win had...
We pushed ourselves through 3 more rounds before we finally went down. And it still bugs me to this day that I couldn't get us to the promised land.
Wow, I mean, what a finish.
I know.
The buzzer beater? The OT?
So crazy.
I need to watch this game.
Mm-hmm.
For research.
For research, you sure? You sure just for research? I mean, it was just like Junior said, you know, my freshman year. I gotta figure out who I was. I gotta figure out what the team needed, and somehow, some way, bring those two things together.
That does not sound easy.
And no, it was not easy at all, but that process was so satisfying, man. I mean, I had to find the best version of myself, and somehow, some way, use that to bring out the best version of the team.
Literally, leadership in a nutshell.
Well, in some respects, yeah. I mean, that's not exactly what I thought, too, but the next season, I definitely found out that it's a lot more than just that.
Like what in particular?
Hold on now. That's the question I got to answer next. Anna, what's up? What's up?
So, okay. So, let's keep going.
Okay.
Picking up after last time. Sophomore season ends with disappointment, right?
Yeah.
You go further in the tournament than most expected, but you don't win the title.
Yeah, I mean, at that time, it was a lot of disappointment. But looking back, Anna, if I'm being honest, we weren't ready. And I definitely wasn't ready to lead this team where we were capable of going.
Okay, but then how do you get from that point to the point where you're able to lead the team to reach their full potential?
Well, I mean, we weren't going to pop out on anybody. Like, there was no sneaking up. We weren't going to do nothing.
Yeah.
But we did have a good team, and we were better than the team we had last year. We just hadn't been tested yet.
Until you were tested.
Yeah, definitely. We were up against the number 3 team in the nation, And that was led by Dion Wright. That boy Dion Wright, man, I tell you, he was one of the top scorers in college basketball around that time.
And that's a big, big test.
Yeah, big test.
So, when you're facing a team or a person like that, is there extra motivation?
You know what? I'm making my personal mission every time I see him to shut down a kid like that. I will fight through a screen. I will stay in his pocket the entire game because I become that much obsessed with it.
So you take hype personally?
What'd you think? Yes, I do. I mean, I am going out there and to prove that every article written about him should be written about me. That's just how I am.
So sounds like in this game, that's where you found that extra motivation.
Oh, yeah, I definitely did. I mean, it's not exactly where I expected it, but I ran with it.
I mean, they're still calling this a group project, and I'm the only one doing any of the work. It's not fair. Should I say something to the professor, or... Yes!
You're gonna do great, babe.
Are you listening to me?
Sorry, it's just every time that I close my eyes, I think about Dion Wright. I mean, if this guy walks all over us, it'll be impossible to keep the team believing that we can make a run this year. But hey, as long as I look up in the stands and see that pretty smile, I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not coming tonight. I have to finish this project, as I was talking about, and...
No, I get it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be up all night as it is, so...
I get it. That's fine. Just want you to be there.